All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, pushing this word with true sincerity, with charity. And, I just want to go into a scripture, this lesson. I hope this, I just put a couple scriptures together. It's going to be something quick, Lord willing. Yahweh Shem Sharatazah. And I hope that Yahweh Shem Sharatazah, that I'm able to do this lesson without them cutting my sound, which is what they've been doing every time I use a screen recorder. So I've been kind of refraining from it, even so much so I went out and bought a laptop, but we'll see what happens. But I'm going to start off with this scripture, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and 13. He being made perfect in a short time fulfilled a long time. Okay. And when you read up in that scripture, it talks about men being taken, called, into the spirit world, while doing this work, even mainly young men. And, basically we had a brother in our camp, Captain Isaiah, very beloved brother who passed away. The Lord required his spirit. And he was a young man, very young man, young man. Me, I'm getting a little older, up in age. But this brother was he was a young man. I believe he was like, in his early 20s, and the Lord required his spirit, but he definitely was one of the elect. I was blessed to meet one of the elect, for sure. Signed, sealed, delivered. That man, he did a lesson the day that he passed, But yeah, that's an example, him fulfilling a short time fulfilled a long time. Okay. And mainly the thing that I want to accent is that, we're not going to get old. We're not going to get old. Now, you have older men that are in this truth. The apostles themselves, they're older men now, gray-headed. But, hey, they're still, you can even see that they're still somewhat in their vigor. You see some of these old people nowadays, they look just people their age. Shit, I'm starting to see people in their 20s, man, that are looking like they're in their fucking 40s, man. Like, just not taking care of themselves. This place is polluted. I get that. But the main point that I wanted to accent is that we're not going to get old. We're not going to get old. And in the kingdom, when we are transformed, when we put on that immortality, we're really not going to get old then. All right. And I say we're not going to get old because this place is almost done. It's almost over with. There's not another 10 years here. There's not another. I doubt if we see another 5. That'd be miraculous, man. So we're not going to get old. I had a brother tell me, a brother named Kanasla I was talking to, brother in my camp. And, we came in, we woke up to the truth around the same time, 2011. I didn't meet the camp until 2012, though. But he was basically telling me that throughout his life, he never felt like there would come a time that he was going to get old. He said he felt like he was never going to get old. And I had to agree with him. I said, I feel that same way. Like in my spirit, I just knew that I was never going to be an old man. I just knew it wasn't going to happen, through the spirit, And in this little time that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has caused this truth to flourish, man, things have really sped up. As the scripture says, the Lord said I was going to speed up the time, man. You know, Scripture says, make the time short. You know, pray for a few days unto you, man. You know. So yeah, we're not gonna get old, man. And then we're gonna be transformed into gods, man. And we're really not gonna get old, you know. But I'm gonna get a couple of scriptures, man, about age and the aged. All right. This is Wisdom of Solomon 4:9. But wisdom is the gray hair of men, and an unspotted life is old age. Okay. And you gotta think about it. You know, look how much time you were not in the truth. Me personally, I didn't wake up to 2011, and I'm now 40 years old. Okay, so I've been in this truth for about 10 years now. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've been in this truth for about 10 years now, and my elder Uriah, he always uses the analogy of however long spiritually, however long you been in this truth, that's how old you are. In this truth. You know what I mean? As far as this truth is concerned. So I'm 10 years old, but then you have the apostle, like Apostle Taha, he's over 30 spiritually. You got brothers that are over 20, and you got brothers that are 2 years, 5 years old, and that's a good way to look at it. You know what I mean? But yeah, wisdom is your gray hair, man. All right. A hoary head is the sign, as the scripture, sign of wisdom. You know what I mean? But wisdom itself is your gray hair. And that's evident in this truth, because you have men that are older, but you have men that are younger that are of higher rank than them. And they are humbly willing to submit themselves to men that are younger than them, because spiritually they're older. You know what I'm saying? It's just something I wanted to point out, but I'm going to go to another scripture. Right, and this scripture reminds me of a song from Cher, If I Can Turn Back Time, and the Lord's going to do for his men, because the scriptures talk about, in 2nd Ezra, when the Lord put crowns on his head, he says, I saw a young man standing taller than all the rest. So Yahweh Shai in the kingdom is going to be of a young look, all right. And for you men that are older, and myself, I'm older, like I said, I'm 40 now. The Lord's going to turn back the time on you, man. They have a thing, it's a thing in your body, they call it the pituitary gland. And I believe that it basically controls your height, okay, how tall you are. Well, the scripture says even that is one of the simplest things to do with spiritual power, is to control your height. You can be the size of the Statue of Liberty, or you could shrink down to the size of an ant or smaller. Okay? That's the type of powers you're going to have when you have spiritual powers, man. Okay? All right, but let me read this again. And I said, tell on, my Lord. Then said he unto me, go thy way, weigh me the weight of fire, or measure me the blast of the wind, or call me again the day that hath passed, that is past. Right. Can you do that? Can you turn back the hands of time? Can you rewind yourself, go back to your 2-year-old age, or 5, or any other age, Well, that's something you're going to be able to do in the kingdom, man. In the kingdom, you could, they got those little skits, like they had this dude back in the day. He'd dress like an old man and go play basketball and be dunking on the young men. Well, you're going to be able to do that in the kingdom, man. I want to do, me personally, I want to do strange shit like that when the heathen get their own land and stuff like that. I want to just show up in their towns and their cities and just like disguise myself as an old man, you know, and do some kung fu moves on their ass, man. I ain't gonna fucking kill their ass. We gonna be cool then. But just pack them up a little bit for fucking up whatever they did, you know. You know, that's just me, speaking as a man and, imagining, sort of meditating terror. We're called to dream big in this truth. You know what I mean? Right? But yeah, this is 1 John 2 and 12. I have written unto you fathers because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I have written unto you young men because ye are strong. Right? So yeah, you fathers, you have known from the beginning. And that really is talking about the elect. All right? The elect fathers. They've had this foreknowledge, okay? So they've known from the beginning, okay? But even when Yahweh Shai said, talked about Abraham, he said, before Abraham I was. And what did the wicked scribes and Pharisees do? They got mad. It was like, look, you're only this old. How do you know Abraham? Well, you don't understand the spirit then. They were not spiritual men. They were carnal. They couldn't get that parable. I have written unto you young men because ye are strong, and the word of Yahweh abideth in you, and ye have overcome the wicked one, right? Okay. So you have old men in this truth and you have young men, all right, physically, all right? But that doesn't determine, your spiritual age, so to speak. This is 1 Timothy 4 and 12. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity, right? Let no man despise your youth, man. All right, because like I read before, wisdom is your gray hair, man. There's some men in this truth that are very, very young, 15, 16, 12, 19. But spiritually, they lap some men by years, man. All right. This is Job 23 and 9. Great men are not always wise, neither do the age understand judgment. Okay. All right. And they have a saying in the world, there's no fool like an old fool. Ain't no fool like an old fool. Okay. When you go to that book of, what was that in the Apocrypha? I can't remember the name of that book right now. For some reason, I'm having a brain aneurysm. Basically, when those men were trying to rape the woman while she was taking a bath, we all know this story. And Daniel, the Lord put the spirit on Daniel to come save her. I don't know why I can't remember the name of that book right now. But those two old men that was trying to accuse the woman, basically when Daniel spoke to him in the spirit, he said, thou that art waxing old in thy wickedness, man. There's a lot of old niggas, man, old fools in our nation, man. Scripture says, among my people I found wicked men, man. So yeah, he said, thou that art waxing old in thy wickedness. Like y'all been doing this shit for a long time, man. Well, this is where it ends, And yeah. Or scripture says, thou shalt pine away in thine iniquity in thy father's land, and the iniquities of thy fathers, and in thine own iniquities, roughly paraphrasing. So there's people that have been, and we ourselves have been pining away for a long time, man, in our iniquities, man. Scripture says, I saw thee, when I saw thee in thy blood, I said, live, man. When I was in thy blood, live, right? meaning we was in our iniquities, we were in our sin. All right. When I was in thy blood, I said live. Okay. So, you know, now, we're in the time of Reformation, of course. But yeah, with that transformation, hey, the scripture says when you free your mind, your ass, the scripture don't say that. The world says that. That's a saying in the world. Free your mind and your ass will follow. I almost said that was a scripture. But it's true. It's true. Free your mind and your ass will follow, man. With this word, the scripture says wisdom bringeth to a kingdom, man. All right. And as many as believed in him gave he power to become the sons of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. See, we're becoming the sons of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Technically, we are there. All right. But it's just like when you put seed in a woman. It starts out as a sperm cell, then it grows into a fetus, and then a baby, and then when it's born, now are ye the sons. Okay, so technically we are the seed. We did come from the fathers of the promise, but we haven't been born yet. We're a kingdom getting ready to be born. We're a nation getting ready to be born. And we're not sons truly in application, because nobody is respecting us as the sons of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua on this earth. And we don't have no power. We're not gods yet, so to speak. We're not perfected. We haven't been born yet, but we're on our way. And when we do get translated, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, we are of that number. We'll never get old, man. We'll never get old. Okay? And that time is approaching now. We don't have another, decade here, man. We're not finna be no elderly people. And I don't want to see the apostles like that, me personally. I love the apostles, Those are my parents. Those are my fathers, my mothers, my whatever you want to put it, man. Because it talks about being a father to the fatherless. And I don't want to see them grow older than they already are in this place, But yeah, we're not going to get old. We're not getting old. This place is getting old, man. It's waxing old like a garment, as the scripture says, man. Esau's old and played out. But we're getting ready to be transformed into the likeness. The scripture says, I will be satisfied when I arise with his likeness, the likeness of Yahushua. We don't know how he is, but we know we're going to be like him, as the scripture says, man. All right. Hey, so I hope this lesson was edifying, and all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, pushing this word with true sincerity, with charity. Shalom and the Bible ball.